Thinking back to all of the different things that you've done and that you've gone through, what would you say is your favorite mistake?
Well, that's different from biggest, right? Favorite, biggest. You're going to mix it up on me.
Well, no, a biggest mistake may or may not be your favorite. I think a favorite is, big enough where it stuck with you maybe over time.
Well, I would have told you that for the biggest mistake I've made and continue to make is spending a lot of time thinking about the mistakes I made. but of those that I've spent time thinking about, the one that comes to mind at knee jerk is two sides to the coin, Mark. The biggest mistake I think I know I made was in 10 years into business. I had started the company. I built it out as a retail chain. We had a bunch of stores, and it just dawned on me that this didn't make sense. That there was no economy of scale in having a whole lot of stores. And without a unified back end. So I was looking around at how else can we build a big and national company. And at that time, back in the mid 1980s, 86 in fact, and lo and behold, I wound up buying a company that had in it the telephone number that corresponded with Whitney 800 Flowers. Now, being unsophisticated, I'm a hardworking social worker, reformed to become a florist in New York, built this chain of shops, but not very sophisticated in the ways of M&A and business and financing those businesses. So I wound up buying the company, but I figured, Mark, I'm going to save all that money on this due diligence stuff. Lawyers and bankers and accountants. Why spend all that money?
Yeah.
So I did what we would now call due negligence. Wow. I wound up buying this failed company and naively signing for all of its liabilities that I didn't know existed. And so the biggest mistake I made was going it alone, trying to save money and being unsophisticated and not knowing what the value was of the accountants and the due diligence and the lawyers to make a real clean deal. And I woke up in the morning having invested everything I'd accumulated in 10 years of working 7 days a week and building out this chain of flower shops. I sunk every dollar of it and a lot more into acquiring this company just to get the 800 number. And then I found out, oh, wait a minute, I'm $7 million now in debt on a personal liability that exceeded everything I thought I was paying for this, which was a couple of $1 million. But
yikes!
The good news is it worked. That is, we dug out of that hole and we did become a brand. And then and we became a brand, but not having money by some good luck, some incredible good fortune, and making a lot of mistakes, but we never had a lot of money left, so we couldn't make big mistakes. So the biggest mistake was the inverse of the biggest success, which was buying the 800 number and having being forced to think more broadly, more grandly. And in the next 5 years, we became a household name and the first real national brand in the floral business. And the rest, they say, is history still being written.